JRA Trophy, then race number 7, our feature race. There's a bit of quality about this as well. It's a Class 2 over the 1650, headed by Green Luck. Course and distance winner 2 starts back. 4th last time out when stepped up to the 1800 metres. There's 5 horses here first up, including Turin Red Star. Mr. Soames has had a start. That's behind Elaine Charisma. Victory Boys is first up as well, as is Good Omen. First start now for Douglas White as well. Worked down to Harmony Hero. The hood goes back on. He was 3rd behind Green Luck last time out. And Playa del Puente, who was 5th on debut behind Gold Chest. He's got barrier 10. Turin Red Star, Mr. So-and-so, and Circuit Glory are the horses that have been up at Chung Fa within the last month for the feature, Brett.
Well, Circuit Glory's got the claiming rider on and likes to go forward even if the claiming rider's not on. So you would think he'll be up there. Turin Red Star likewise. And then Playa del Puente in a recent trial at the Valley over the longer trip went forward. So you would think maybe second up that they'll roll forward with him going to the Valley for the first time, but it's not assured. We saw him settle back on debut.
Mr. So-and-so finished last on his seasonal debut, but look, he's come out of that race with no worries. He was trip fitted for it, and he's under a real decent hold. He's been back up to Chung Pa as well. You can see him going nicely. New jockey, and Responsibly will take the ride. Circuit Glory's keen. He's another one that really wants to get on with it. He's got the 10-pound claimer as well, so should lead them a merry dance in front, and he goes nicely enough with his track work. Another one that's had a run this season. And the third one we're going to have a look at here is Dancing with Dragon. I thought he trialled pretty well recently, and he's going nicely here as well, and has won a couple of races at one at Happy Valley and one at Sha Tin in a row last season.
OK, all right. We'll have a look at that trial in a moment or so. Let's start off, though, with Green Luck and his trainer, Casper Fownes.
Casper, Green Luck looked terrific first up. What about last time?
Yeah, went, it was a small field the other day, so opted to take a chance in there at 1800, and it just didn't work out, what we thought. He should have run a bit better, and probably, if you look at the replay, he probably does run probably a length and a half, 2 lengths closer with the right run, But look, he's pulled up really well. He's put on some body weight, and we take our chances again back to 1650, where he holds the course record.
Was he a bit too close in the run last time out? Do you think he's better further back?
Yeah, he just needs genuine speed, but that race really looked void of pace the other day. But as it turned out, it was a bit of a nightmare for us. But anyway, we'll just go back to the drawing board, and he's got a good gait. Joe's back on. Only problem is he's carrying 132. He's carrying a bit of weight, giving away some poundage to some decent horses, But he remains really well.
As far as his condition goes, his track work, I noticed he hadn't galloped since his last run. Is it the plan just to keep him fresh?
He's a bit like you, Ed. He doesn't need a gallop. He's rock hard fit, mate.
I think just leave that one there. We'll have another look, though, at Green Luck. Have a look at that win. That's 2 starts back now, and this was the track record as well, beating Harmony Hero and Circuit Glory.
Yeah, I think as Casper mentioned, obviously, 1800 was the difference there. Back to the 1650 is better for him. He's got a nice barrier, but he does have the weight to carry. But, I think he's going to be very competitive.
Yeah, definitely. I've got him in there. I've also put Circuit Glory in as well, because he gets his 10-pound claim, and he looks the leader in the race, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he's 17 pounds better off with Green Luck. Harmony Hero is 7 pounds better as well. So it certainly should make some sort of impact, you'd think. This is Playa del Puente, who's on debut here. And I thought there was a lot to like about this.
There was, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the initial stages, because as I mentioned, since this, he's had a couple of trials, and one of them was at the Valley over 1700. He rolled forward in that trial and then went on to win. Joe actually rode him, Joe Moreira rode him in that trial where he defeated Glorious Dragon, and Joe is riding Green Luck. So little bit to sort of sift through there regarding information, but I think he's a very talented horse. The owner's had a lot of good horses, Penophobia obviously, more than this has won already this season, and this guy won 3 out of 4. They were on the poly track, but on debut he was 3rd in a field of 23 at the Curragh on the turf, so I don't think the surface is a real issue. I like him.
Yeah, stepping up to 1650 looks ideal too, because he hit the line strongly. Just the draw put me off a little bit. 10.
Yeah, just a 3-year-old as well. They must be thinking about a 4-year-old series campaign with him, I'm sure. This is Dances with Dragon. He's first up since April. Yeah,
I like him, this horse. I thought it was a good, nice trial, good hit out here. He's a 2-time winner, and he was a group winner in New Zealand before he got here. He took a little while to acclimatise, and he won a couple in a row. Just sort of tailed off towards the back end of the season, though. He did win those 2 in Class 3, be noted, and he is here in the Class 2. But he comes in with 119 pounds. Out of DeMay, I think, rides this course pretty well. So I'm going to stick with him. I was going to make him the long shot, but he's come up pretty short, 8.3, or shortish.
I think it was Lone Eagle winning that trial,
Yeah,
wasn't
it was, and Lone Eagle came out and ran really well.
Ran well on the weekend. Yeah, Green Luck, the favourite, Paul.
Yeah, I've got him in for second. I think he's going to be very hard to beat, but the weight just put me off a little bit. That's why I went with Dances with Dragon. He meets him so well, better off in the weight. I'll give Mr. So-and-so another chance. Back to 1650, I think, looks better for him as well. And Circuit Glory from the front. Catch me if you can. 7135, and I went each way 7. Keep an eye on the price. If it gets too short, we can easily change that to a win.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm giving him a chance too. It's a tricky little race. I'm going to take a chance here with Playa del Puente. I think there is a touch of class about this young horse who's nearly 4. He's a Northern Hemisphere bred, so he'll turn 4 at the end of the calendar year. They're chasing a high achievement bonus as well with him. If he can win this, he'll almost assure himself a spot in the Derby straight away. So I'm going to go with him. Had a look around the track. Over Green Luck, Circuit Glory and Happy Dragon. 10-1-5-8. But Dances with Dragon's a chance. Victory Boys has got a terrific fresh record too. So it's a good race.
It is. I'm with you there, Brett. Same queue in actual fact, the 10 and the 1. So yeah, I'm pretty keen on the bottom weight as well. That is race number 7.